Oh, I'm glad, Frank. Just wait. I think I can do even better if you'll bear with me. I think I can lighten it up even more. Because no matter what situation, ladies and gentlemen, you find yourself in, and we all go through struggles. By the way, welcome to Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide. If you're just joining us, it's a rough road for a lot of people. Everybody has challenges. I've certainly had my own. Every day we have our struggles. Some are parts of a larger struggle. Some are small, petty things that only matter to us, but they dig at you. They burrow into you like a tick into your heart. And what a terrible analogy! It just creeped me out. We all have to deal with those. But no matter where you are, no matter where you find yourself, no matter how low you feel you are right now. Yes, I did, Vinny. I pointed out on another show, I think once before. It's pitiful. The wood sign, yeah. No matter how bad you think you've got it, no matter how bad, just remember, you're not the mess. No matter how much of a mess your life is, you're not the mess. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mess DSouza. And Trump has, signed his executive order about prosecuting people who burn the flag, which is unconstitutional and diminishes the value of it, right? Just saying. Diminishes the value of the flag itself if it doesn't stand for all kinds of freedoms, even the ones you're uncomfortable with. It has less value. And Trump just likes to hump the fucking thing. He's a flag humper. Or as some people call him, a flaggot. And this is the mess is trying to make the point that the left actually prosecutes free speech, not the right. Even though Trump is signing an executive order to change the law because somebody got kicked off Twitter, I guess, or got arrested for giving out bad medical advice. The left prosecuted them. Let's see.
Let me talk about flag burning because there is a debate.
Yes. Can we first talk about the fact that you're a grown man wearing garanimals? What is this? Were you caddying right before you came in? Does Debbie pick all your shirts because she's convinced that you've got to look as stupid as fucking possible, like an extra in a 70s school drama about drugs where everybody's 40 working the fucking thing because she's afraid Aunt Coulter will show up and you guys will bump uglies again?
About whether what Trump is doing can even be allowed because
it can't.
Constitution, of course, allows freedom of expression.
Fuck that, right? Ask him about burning copies of the Constitution while you're at it.
But the truth of it is that the left does prosecute free speech. Here's an article.
Damn.
I'm looking at it right now. Shiloh Hendricks. You remember Shiloh Hendricks? She's basically the white woman at the playground with her kid, and she was
basically
confronted by some guy who was opening her bag, and so she called him the N-word, which shouldn't be used, but nevertheless, hey, either we have free speech or we don't.
Okay, so she went to jail for using the N-word.
Here we see Shiloh Hendricks has been charged with 3 counts of disorderly conduct.
Okay.
And yet, from the video, which I saw, she didn't engage in any conduct. She merely yelled out at this guy. So where's the conduct?
Sorry, so she just yelled across... okay, hold on. I'm not going to play a fucking video where someone yells the N-word. Hold on. Shiloh Hendricks. Woman faces charge... okay. Yeah. Do you think... Okay, so this is good. This is kind of perfect. Okay. She just yelled it out. Let's listen to his description again. Let's listen, shall we? Let's listen to his description.
She merely yelled out at this guy. So where's the conduct?
She merely yelled out at this guy. Okay. She merely yelled out at this Fuck you. Get over here. Guy. Woman faced charges for calling black child a racial slur in Rochester. Rochester City Attorney has filed a draft complaint against Shiloh Hendricks, who was caught on camera earlier this year calling a young black child a racial slur at a local playground. Hendricks faced 3 counts of disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor charge that carries a maximum of 90 days in jail. This was a situation that deeply affected many people, especially people in the community. We acknowledge the lasting impact this incident has had. A video of Hendricks hurling the N-word at the child quickly circulated online last April. Hendricks said she received threats and started an online fundraiser. That's the woman who made a bunch of money off of this or whatever and became kind of a star. Yeah. Incident prompted widespread calls for legal action in Rochester. Investigation was muddled when several different people came forward to law enforcement claiming to be related to the child in question, apparently in an attempt to claim the money for themselves. This matter involved a large amount of evidence and required careful consideration of potentially charging options across multiple offices. Given the sensitive and complicated nature of this case, along with the high level of public attention, a draft complaint is subject to review and approval by a district court judge. Now, this is the mess. Defending Trump's attempt to create an unconstitutional law that throws people in jail for burning the flag by saying that the left prosecutes free speech. Draft complaint that is subject to a review and approval by a district judge. The left, which would be, I guess, the NAACP in this case.
She merely yelled out at this guy. So
merely yelled out at this 8-year-old guy.
The conduct. There was no physical fracas or there were no exchanges of blows. So you can't say, no, we're punishing her for her actions, not her speech. She is quite clearly being punished for her speech. But
well, here's what I would say. I think it falls under child abuse. The kid was not part of a minor child cannot be engaged in whatever issue that she had. I think the idea is that in theory, the kid was going through her purse. Is that what she's basically saying? That she yelled at this kid and called him the N-word in front of the parents or something along those lines? Is that the case that she's kind of making? Because I don't care. But also, she's not in jail for it. She made a bunch of money. And by the way, he wants to make the case because there's a draft complaint about like basically public indecency, probably is the way they're going with it. And for disorderly conduct when she's screaming at a child the N-word repeatedly. Again, I think that falls under child abuse and child endangerment in this, right? Because she's trying to basically like break the child's will and sense of self by yelling this word at the child, right? And whatever. Beyond that, let's be real clear. What this motherfucker is using as his primary case so far for defending this is a situation where a lot of people on the right paid this woman money because they appreciated her yelling the N-word at a black kid. It's beyond whether somebody writes a draft complaint. His side paid her to do it, like an entertainment tax that they were glad to give up.
Disguised as conduct. So the point I think that I make and others are also making in the MAGA camp is, yes, we believe in free speech. We are willing to embrace a near absolutist position on free speech, not an absolutely absolute.
Yeah, Dinesh is taking the very pronounced stance that you can yell the N-word in a crowded theater.
Position, but a near absolutist position, but it has to be applied even-handedly.
As long as you immediately run out the door and it's not a screening of The Last Dragon.
If you're going to go and punish people because they, wrote over the Pride Parade sign, which is also speech, then you're basically saying that the
well, no, it's defacing property.
Gets to shut down free speech when they want, but we don't get to. And I don't think that's a position that we're willing to live with, nor should we.
Sorry, that's not the argument. If you're the ones who are saying you're free speech absolutists, your standard is higher than other people who would say, threats of violence or saying they're, yelling fire, in a crowded theater, those kind of things, which don't fall under free speech. There are limitations on what you can say. Using the N-word in an argument with an adult is gross but not illegal. Yelling at a child could be seen as child abuse. And threatening to a minor because you are referring to them as a second-class citizen to their face when they are a child. But his argument is that as the free speech absolutists, we should only have a standard as high as your side does, and your side has somebody writing a draft complaint about something that has nothing to do with the speech of it, but the interruption that they did and the yelling and all that kind of stuff, the volume of them yelling and that kind of stuff that they did, not the word itself. Although I think the child abuse aspect of it works very well. And in response to that, Trump can write a fucking executive order shifting the Constitution towards more authoritarianism.
I think part of the trap.
Hold on 1 second. What was that, CSL? Having been called it more than once a kid, it does F with your mind. You're correct, sir. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, saying it to an adult in a fight, stupid, and it's gross, and it's bigoted and wrong and all that kind of stuff. But saying it to a child is a different thing altogether. I think it constitutes child abuse.
What's going on here with Trump is that he is luring the Democrats into doing something that is going to be politically very damaging for them. In fact, I saw...
What? Burning the flag so he can put him in jail? Disagreeing with his bullshit argument that he's a free speech absolutist?
A video in which Tim Walz is like, well, we're going to burn the flag and prove to Trump that he's not going to be able to do anything. And what I'm getting at is, hey, if Trump induces these Democrats to go around burning the flag or presiding over the burning of the flag, how do you think that's going to look before the American people?
Right, so he's trying to bait them into an ad campaign. Fuck off.
The American people already suspect that there is a strong streak of anti-Americanism in the Democratic Party, and this...
Right, so this is just meant to foment that idea, which isn't true. As a matter of fact, again, the anti-Americanism part is anybody who says you can't burn the flag. You diminish the flag by not allowing it to be burned. You remove a freedom from its existence. That means the flag is worth less than it was yesterday. This is so fucking stupid.
Be absolutely confirmed if you have...
Confirmed.
In Democrats, even in the presence of flag burning, even if they're defiantly saying, Trump, come and get us, the truth of it is burning the flag is not going to look good. Not in America. I mean, think about it. You're burning the flag of your own.
All right, again, this is just like... So Trump is brilliantly... He's not gutting the Constitution. He's brilliantly baiting them. All right, we got to go. I know. I got to go. We're going to dinner. And then I have to drive to L.A., although I might do my show here tomorrow and then drive tomorrow. I'll figure it out. Okay, I got to go. We have dinner, so. Okay, all right. I'll see you guys later. I went over time. Thanks. Yeah, Summer says bye. Wrap it up, will ya? Okay, this one goes out to Dinesh. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning with Rob Glenn and maybe another guest. We'll see. Oh, look here. Wait, hold on. Good dear buddy. And my baby.
The screen glows bright.
Hi, Sleepy.
Crooked smile.
All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I'm out. Hit the like, share the show. Bye.
Promises made, they rot in the air. A handshake, a lie, a blame.